amazing segment of Tikambilane Podcast with me, your girl Mary Kay. And I'm not alone in this space. As you can see, I have my partner in crime, Jared, over there. Jared, can you say hi, please?
What do you
mean that partner? Are you not my partner?
Okay, how are you guys? How everybody? We're back again with another exciting podcast for you, and with a special guest today.
Yeah, very special guest actually, guys. So today, our topic for today, it's very simple and amazing topic actually. It's making a difference. No, I know that I'm going there. Relax, just relax. Okay, I'm going there. Okay. So, excuse him, please, guys. Okay. So, like what I was saying, we're having this beautiful, amazing topic that we're going to talk about today, and which is making a difference. So, with that, we decided to bring somebody in board who can bring this beautiful topic home. We can understand it really well because that's what he does anyway. So, and he's one of the founder of Youth Life Project, by the way. Yeah, but we won't mention his name. I want him to do that by himself. Yeah, so but before we go there, before we start having a conversation with him, I just have one thing to say to you guys. Please, guys, please, once again, please like our page, subscribe to our page, even follow us or share our page. Tell your sister to tell the brother to another brother. It really helps us a lot. Okay, guys? So, going back to a beautiful segment, beautiful guests that we have in the house with us.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mary and Jared, for dragging me on set this morning to just get to have this beautiful conversation about making a difference. Of course, my answer on any other normal day would be no. But then, given the importance of the discussion at hand, I cannot resist.
Yeah.
But to share the beautiful piece of myself to the world, and of course to the people at large, just ensuring that we try as much as possible to make the difference.
Okay.
So my name is Mike Nkosi. As rightly put, I am, in Mary's words, one of the founders. I am the founder for the Youth Life Project.
I am the founder
of the Youth Life Project, and the president, or should I say the executive director, but all in all, the friend and brother for every youth that comes to the Youth Life Project, and that one that needs a voice to just converse on an ear, to talk to whisper to.
Okay. All right. Nice. I even go beyond my question actually. You just told us you told us your name and your title, but we want to get to know you more. Yeah. So my first question for you is who is Mike Nkosi?
Well, I'm supposed to be looking at you in the camera when I'm responding to these questions.
I think it's better you
just
tell the world, the youths out there that
they want to know you.
Has to know you, so it's them to know you.
So up close, Mike Nkosi is Mike Nkosi is, he's a father, he's a brother, he's an uncle, but most importantly, he's a community leader. So Mike Nkosi is a life coach, a mentor. Mike Nkosi was born in Lusaka, specifically Kalingalinga, in 1987. So I count myself as one of the privileged people to preside over the Youth Life Project. This is an organization that looks into the plight of the youth, and as such, Mike Nkosi resonates so much because Mike Nkosi was born in a family of one. I'm the only child in my mother's family, my mother and father's family. So biologically, I'm the only child and the only survivor, so to say. But no, I don't think biologically I should be the only one because I have two handsome guys. Yeah, I have two boys. What else? Is that one about? Where is my Nkosi?
I don't think so.
That's all?
Am I supposed to include what I love and what sports and all those things?
Okay, I think we'll have another segment for that.
Yeah. Actually, it's just like a joke.
like an intro.
Like an
intro. So yeah, going forward, thank you very much for that one. But we like to know, to make us understand this topic that you're talking about really well, in your own words, what do you define making a difference?
Well, from where I stand and what I do every day, making a difference is doing one little thing to want to see the next person better. Or in other words, having a simple life so that others can simply live. Yes, that's what it means for me to make a difference. It's creating an environment that is conducive enough for the next person to thrive.
Nice.
It is doing what I'm supposed to do in the smallest possible way to contribute to the well-being of my household, the well-being of my life, the well-being of my community, and the well-being of my nation at large. That's what I understand by making a difference, and that's what I live and that's what I do.
Okay.
Very true, yeah. So with me, I also have just a few questions for him. You know, he's the father of two handsome boys. You know, so being a father of two handsome boys, I know he's got a vision for this. So I would like to ask him a question like, what kind of people do you choose to help in your organization?
So basically, we do not have a preference per se to say what kind of people, because if you look at how the Youth Life Project is structured, it is in such a manner that welcomes everyone, and it is the reason why, deliberately so, you realize that there are no subscription fees at the Youth Life Project, so that we leave it as open as possible for even the people that cannot afford, or even those that can afford but it's not their priority. Okay, so the Youth Life Project is interested in every youth, child, and vulnerable. So in this we say we don't leave women behind. In this we say we don't leave children behind. But ideally our focus is on the youth. That's why we are a youth-focused organization. Why? Because we believe that as the youth, as the young people of today, we are both custodians of the present initiatives, but also responsible people or leaders of the future initiatives. So, having said that, or coming from such an understanding, we are simply trying to create an enabling environment that we are going to control when we are sent to the helm. But our agenda is by and large pushing so much for the young people to assume leadership roles in various settings, be it at community level or household level if need be, at national level, provincial level, district level. So in these various settings, our quest is to see that youth penetrate and are sent to the helm by becoming part and parcel of the decision makers. Yes.
Okay, that's really
Now, let me hit him with another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's a very, very well explained answer. So, you know, in our day-to-day lives, we would like to ask him something also. What kind of challenges have you faced in helping these youths and other vulnerable people?
Well, when it comes to challenges, I think it's important to mention that it doesn't go without challenges.
Yeah.
That has to be said. But I'll tell you the truth that in this journey that I have walked for 9 years now, you are aware that we are celebrating our 9th anniversary just a week ago. Sometimes the people that we target to help are not committed to themselves. They're not committed to their well-being. Like, there's a lot of work that has to be done to just get to inspire them, and for them to be able to catch the vision and just be able to ensure that they try to make something of themselves or out of their lives. Otherwise, it is something that requires a lot more concerted efforts. But some of the challenges that we face, apart from the people not being committed to themselves or to their well-being, is the environment, an enabling environment. As a nation, I think you agree with me that we no longer have safe spaces in our communities that belong to the government. when our parents were growing, they had what they call, is it welfare?
Yeah.
Welfare halls and stuff where they would go maybe watch movies or community halls.
Yeah.
We don't have any more. And as the Youth Life Project, that's the reason why our office is also known as the Social Justice Center or Social Justice Hub, where we have this common space, a hall where people can actually come dancing, express their art, and just relax and even study if need be. It's a very safe space because what we are trying to replicate is an enabling environment that is going to propel the youth, or at least try to help the youth develop in an environment that is more suitable and prompting for them to develop. Otherwise, one of the major challenges also is funding. It will amaze you to know that all this initiative that has existed for 9 years, we've actually not received any grant in relation to 90% or if not 95% of what we do. We've had partners in ActionAid and other organizations with some programs like Sober Youth Lab, which looks into the wellness or sobriety of the young people and ensuring that they receive counseling and rehabilitation. We've also had partners dealing with climate. I've already said what Youth Life does, what we are all about.
Okay, that's where I wanted to go to. That was an impression, but you wanted to go on, so we just wanted you to just continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'll give you the opportunity to go. So let me just explain what I wanted to explain in terms of the challenges with regards to funding. It's actually in this space that we are requesting, or rather calling for partners and funders to just consider what we do and come through to partner with us, because what we are doing is that we didn't have to wait for partners to come on board for us to make a difference. We decided to start making a difference so that we can attend to some of the things that do not really need much more resources. But now, with our catchment growing as a little project, and that also comes with the demand, starting with the demand administratively and programmatically. So I think one exciting thing that I'll bring to light now is that the Youth Life Project for the past 9 years has operated as one of the rarest organizations that when you put in 100% towards a project, it's 100% that goes to the project. All the people under the Youth Life Project have been working as volunteers and are still working as volunteers. But that's also another point of plea for us to want to go for supporters to be able to come through and just help as much as possible so that the people that work under the Youth Life Project can actually receive some form of help. Yes.
That's the nice one actually. So you said the challenges, which is finances, and you said something that really captured what everything you're talking about here. You have been running for 9 years without no support, in the team that you have are not even getting paid. So I would like to know personally, because one thing I believe is that nobody does something for 9 years without expecting anything at the end. Especially there's nothing coming in your pockets.
Damn, not put him to the wall.
I want to know. That's what we call it. I want to know. I want to know.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, so what inspires you, or what inspires for you to stick for this long, to be here without anything in your pockets?
Okay. So the Youth Life Project is very unique. We are unique in the sense that we are inspired by the dream of service, and we believe in the Youth Life Project family that it's a little push that goes a long way. So true to the core, we have all been volunteering, including myself. But of course it has to be easy for me being the vision carrier, but I can only imagine how it is like for the people that have believed in the vision. It's not their vision, but they have believed in the vision. I can only imagine how it is for them, but the understanding is that we are very true to the core as a Youth Life Project. We are self-giving for us, we've always said we are doing the Lord's work. I think that's one thing that has been quite comforting on our side, even if we know that it's not easy to get by, especially that things get on getting tough and tough economically. And sometimes even us, obviously 9 years when I was starting this, I didn't have children, you know. But now I'm married, I have children, and just like the people that we are working with, it's the reason why, or rather the more reason why we're even reaching out for support from the would-be funders or donors, so, you know, so that we can be assisted in that area because... Okay, so that's where it becomes even more sensitive because 9 years ago I was not married, but now I'm married, I have children, just like the people that volunteer. So the demand keeps on rising, the stakes keeps on rising, and just as well the demands both personal and the organization side. But it's the more reason why we're reaching out for support from the would-be funders or donors, because we love what we do and we want to do even more because we have seen the results firsthand and we continue to chase for more. So now, with that said, it doesn't go without saying it's not easy. I think I must acknowledge that it's not easy. It's very hard. It's a lot of sacrifice that goes into it. And sometimes when we have some funding with partners, some of the partners have made it a deliberation that they'll sometimes provide what we call some administration cost within the activity budget. And that is what has just acted as an incentive in most of the cases. But then also even that, you know, because it's an activity budget, it's a small budget, it doesn't, you know, you cannot take 50% of the activity, obviously. So it's, in most cases it's 10, 15%, which is quite minimal. So all in all, it's a lot of sacrifice. It's just a lot of sacrifice that goes into. It's a lot of tears, a lot of blood, and a lot of sweat that goes into it. But we are happy to do that because mainly our payment comes from us seeing the lives of people being touched and being changed. That's why we get our notification.
Nice. Do you have one more?
Yeah. I'm not putting him to the wire like that.
No! Come on, we need to know.
My last question to the Youth Life Director and President, you know, the father of all nations, so to speak. So last question is, what future plans do you have for the youth and the organization in general?
Amazing.
Don't say everything as a
Amazing. All I can say is that it will excite you to know that the Youth Life Project is growing. It's a very growing family. Right now, as we speak, we have our footprints in 4 provinces, which is Western Province, where we are yet to set up the actual office. Then we have Southern Province, where we actually have the actual office and the district coordinator working there. You can actually visit our office. You can walk into our office in Southern Province. We also have Eastern Province, where you can actually literally walk into our office. Yes, then obviously we have the HQ here in Lusaka, where we have pretty much everything running. All I can say also is that the future is bright, because the Youth Life Project is an organization that was also majored into various forms of activism. And then even before I say that, maybe I should even just quickly outline what we do as a Youth Life Project, so that people can get a clear picture on the future, or a future we're trying to put up. So the Youth Life Project has been operating with what we've always called 5 pillars, which is mentorship and skills empowerment program, general sensitization and wellness program. Under the general wellness and sensitization program, this is where we have our thematic areas, such as climate justice, governance advocacy and accountability program. And then we also have comprehensive sexual education interventions, where we have SRHR programs, WASH programs, GBV issues, they are all in there. But then That was pillar number 2, general sensitization program, where we have these thematic areas. Then we have things like counseling and rehabilitation, sober youth lab, we have literacy programs, and our open space, or the hub itself, where we say it's a social justice center, social justice hub, where we do a lot of talent identification, nurturing interventions. So the future of the Youth Project is to ensure that every youth gets a piece of cake. A piece of cake by realizing their voice in society, realizing their voice and space in the political space, in the business space, in the social space, pretty much create an enabling environment and skills that are going to help the youth equalize. You know, it's amazing that the youth, we are the largest population, not just in Zambia, but even in Africa and in the world at large, but yet the poorest, you know. And as a Youth Project, we look into that. That's hence you find that we equip young people with skills, mentorship, but also we ensure that we those that have special gifts or talents from God, we harness and mentor or coach, so that through our various interventions or advocacy campaigns, we utilize that. And the future of the Ultimate Project is for us to create these, to replicate these hubs in almost every district of Zambia, because we realize that everywhere you will go, there are youths. But then we've come across situations where youths, the moment they reach puberty, the next thing that is coming in is marriage. Why? Because there is nothing much more. According to their lifespan or life cycle, you go to school, you don't finish school, just be hard, be strong, get your own land and put up a thatched grass house, get like a farm like that, start farming here and there. The next thing is marriage, but then there's more to life than just married, you know. So as youth, we want to make sure that you realize your potential and choose a path that you desire. We acknowledge that everyone, when growing up, had an ambition, or maybe I should put it, they had what they wanted to become when they grow up. Yeah. I mean, you know these questions like, so what do you want to become when you grow up? This was always the thing.
Okay, doctor.
Yeah, so we want those that said we want to be doctors, actually realize the dream and be doctors. Yeah. Yes. So that's what the youth life holds.
As for me, I have some more few questions that I want to find out. Just relax. Okay, relax. That was your last one. Let me be. Yes. So you said something about raising out the passion for the youth, if they want to be adopted and all that. But I want to know something. What values, like God values, that you carry? How is it carried? Because you said you're also a father anyway. Yes, your father, and you're also a father in youth life. Not only that, you're the president. So what value that guide you to affect to handle all this at home, even at the organization?
Well, let me acknowledge that it's not always been easy. And sometimes, even when you look like you finally mastered it, something sometimes always falls out of place, you know. So you just have to be level-headed and sober enough to be able to handle the challenges or the pressure that comes with it. Because being the vision carrier also demands that, you know, it's a very competitive world. Even as an organization, we need to evolve. I mean, how we started is not who we are right now. We've grown, you know. Even our programming has also increased. So everything that as it's changing in this whole cycle, it's coming with its new demands, and hence we have strategic people that we are calling the ambassadors in the Youth Life Project, who help lessen this burden. So instead of the vision carrier doing everything, we have the administration that will volunteer to help lessen the burden, but then we also have the ambassadors that will even do it further, you know. So I think as a leader, as a father, one quality that has always stood out is also dedication. Ensure that you communicate effectively, communicate the vision effectively to the people, and be able to delegate so that they can run with it. properly. And then be as transparent as possible. I think you're talking about values, yeah? So the values that have really helped us reach this far, it's honesty, mutual respect, Ubuntu. And under Ubuntu we have what we call Umutima. And under the Umutima slogan is doing what you love and loving what you do.
Wow.
Yes. So all these, they have really made it flawless in terms of operations. It's unbelievable sometimes when you visit our offices and we explain to you all these things and how many things we do at almost a zero budget. You know, that shows the level of commitment. But let me not just take all the flowers. I have many heroes that make my work look so easy. The ambassadors, the volunteers, which is in my administration, and the people that come through to just help with our programming. Like sometimes you have interns, sometimes you have partners or collaborators that will come and just partner with you on these particular activities. They make it look easy and flawless. Otherwise, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of sleepless nights sometimes.
Yeah,
But it's always.
my next question is. Yeah. Just a question. I want to know you. I want to understand. Yeah. So, how do you handle the stress of being the director of a youth life project, which even, like you said before, doesn't have enough income, enough finances to run the whole organization? How do you handle the stress in your personal life?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, so in this case, when you say personal life, you mean family life?
Yeah, away from the youth life project, away from the director, away from the president.
There's a very thin line. There's a very thin line because it feels like youth life is a family also, you know?
Oh.
There's a very thin line.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I handle the stress? Actually, it's less stressful. Yeah, it's not as stressful. I mean, you cannot compare the stress that I'll have when I'm not having rent to pay at home and the stress that I'll have when things are not in place at Youth Life Project. Why? Because at Youth Life Project, we believe that it's a little push that goes a long way. So when I don't have, or we need stuff we don't have, we only do one simple thing. We believe. We just believe. We just believe. We see it, plan, and believe. We'll do our part. What is supposed to be done by us, we'll do it. We'll ideate. We'll have faith to believe. And we'll act accordance in line with what we are trying to achieve. And the rest that has to be in place, beautiful in place. It's the reason why right now I think we are one of very few organizations that have got a reach of over 100,000 youths in these 4 provinces. Actively so, because we don't wait for funding to be available. We do programs according to how we've planned, whether there is money or no money, pretty much. For example, just this afternoon we are having our mentorship program at 14. You know that the mentorship program has been running practically for 3-4 years without funding. But it's one of the most consistent and effective programs that we've had as the Youth Life Project. This is our brainchild, and a lot more organizations, they are getting after us after we share some notes. They are embracing the idea. So we are proud to say that we are also fathers of this concept.
Okay, that's nice. Alright, so you kind of like told us the challenges that you're facing, the passion that you have for the organization and all that, but I'd like to know, or maybe the viewers out there, or maybe someone who's out there wants to do what you do to make a difference out there.
Okay.
What kind of advice can you give that person? Like he or she wants to start, but they don't know how to start because of how it is. How can you trust people? Trust comes in and all that and all that. So what's your take for those people who want to do what you do?
Well, all I can say is that they are so lucky, like they are so blessed that I'm going to talk to them right now.
Okay, go ahead.
It's easy and it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful time for you to want to make a difference to start. I'm saying so because having started from zero idea 9 years ago, you will not have to go 9 years to learn the things that I would have learned in 6 months. First of all, identify people that you share this niche with in your community. Are there any organizations or people that do what you intend to want to do? If they are there, try to get close and try to join them. You don't need to duplicate efforts. You really don't need that. Okay? Secondly, if there are no people and it's a need that you've identified that has to, this cause has to go on, get what we call mentors. Okay? Sorry.
The father of the nation.
Oh,
Okay, so they are so lucky that I'm going to address them right now. I'm talking to you in case you've been thinking, you've been having a dream, you have this passion of wanting to make a difference in your community or in whatever that you do in your nation. I want you to do this for yourself, first of all. I have been doing this for the longest years. By the way, I have been doing community work for 22 years now, 23. You know, every time I hear young people having this niche to want to make a difference in their communities, in their country, in their districts, I relate with them, and it's something that I'm adequately, I'm amazed, let me put it this way. I'm so interested, I'm intrigued, but they are so lucky, or rather should I say they are so blessed that I'm going to speak to them right now, because I'll just tell them things that took me 9 years to learn. For example, if you want to make a difference in your community, number one, try to find people that do the things that you want to do in your community or near your community, so that you can join them, learn from them, or to join them and build that movement or that organization together, because it's not necessary sometimes to duplicate efforts, because coming up with an initiative such as Youth Life can be so taxing. It's very taxing, it's mind taxing, it's resource taxing, it's pretty much a lot of work, You have to be ready to sacrifice your life. Like, there are things that you are not going to be able to do, whether you like it or not. The price to pay is hefty. Secondly, if there are no such people in your vicinity or in your circles, find a mentor, so that you avoid unnecessary hurdles or potholes. I'm talking to you right now because it's taken me 9 years to realize some of these things. It's not a secret, we've been on record. I think I have been saying this, that we started not because we knew. We started not because we had there was an opportunity of funding somewhere. We started upon noticing the need to make a difference. And as such is what has brought us thus far. But then there has been a lot of learning that has gone in. For your own information, yes, I've been doing it for 9 years, but I want you to know that, or rather to bring it to your attention, that I've been doing community work for 23 years. I have been doing community work since 2001. I was under Edu Sport. So since 2001, it's always been like this, and perhaps it's what inspired me to want to make much of a difference, because I saw I'm actually a beneficiary of such initiatives. Yes. So if there's anyone that wants to make a difference, these two things that I've said are very key. But also, be ready to use your own resources. Be ready to use your own resources, or be ready to lead with your resources. Before people trust you, before people jump in to help, before people do what you thought would be good for you, and they have to see you get certain things done. Then that will be a bit easier for everyone, for yourself. And actually, if you don't even expect much from people, I think it even becomes much more easy, because at least there are no expectations. Yeah, true. Sure.
Nice. Okay. Alright, that was really, really nice. Some course, we really appreciate that you're here. So guys, with that, we're going to say goodbye. Okay, are you happy now?
Yes. questions are done.
Okay, so with that, we're gonna say goodbye, guys. We'll see you next week again, Friday, 17 hours. We're on your screen, guys. Like I said earlier, please, guys, subscribe to our channel, follow us, share, and tell your neighbor and your neighbor tell your neighbor to follow us as well. It really helps us a lot. And Mr. Nkosi, thank you very much for accepting our invitation. We are really humbled.
The pleasure is all mine.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much to the family out there.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to engaging with you more. I am your very own brother, friend, coach, mentor, and let's share social handles, the spaces. You know, at the Youth Life Project, we believe that it's a little push that goes a long way. So care enough to tell the next brother to be part of the Youth Life Project, because there are scholarships there. There's a lot of activities that are going to help each and every one of us. There's always something for everyone.
Yeah. All right.
So thank you so much from me.
Okay, Jake, anything? Okay, all right, bye, guys, bye.
All right.
I wake up as well. Wake up.
I wanted to know. Okay.